Okay, are you ready for this? Not every building in New York has the name Trump on it or his vision. Look at this one here. That's a visionary. It's called the visionary. It's a little crooked, but so are most of these guys who build them anyway. This is a building that is in New York City, the greatest city in the world, they say. Well, New Yorkers say that. In Paris, they say it's the greatest city in the world, if you're French. But you know, we have a lot of architecture here. I love the idea that when one building gets knocked down, there's a better one behind it. Except I wouldn't want to say that about war zones. But you know that, I mean, they destroy a building and we find a better one there from the Deco period. Oh boy, New York is a great city for architecture. Am I wearing too many clothes here? I'm bundled up here. I wonder why. Because it's 20 degrees, that's why. And Trump land. You see, Trump used to own the railroad station down here on the west side. He owned all of that railroad tracks. And he was going to sell it to NBC to build their studios when they were not going to renew their lease at 30 Rockefeller Center. But you know what happened? They renewed their lease at 30 Rockefeller Center, and General Electric sold out, and that was the end of it. So he has that railroad track. Now, David Bowie took the Patriot Act and built the highlands all across the railroad tracks that are up, that are raised. And that's a garden for 3 miles all along the waterfront. And it's all paid for by Swiss banking money from those 1%ers that everybody bitches about. See, don't be so mad at the 1%ers. Be mad at the 99%ers who didn't do anything about it. They're the ones that, us guys, we're the ones that should do something. Not the 1%ers is a minority. But the 99% is a majority. But you see, we're in a society where we think the money barks. And if you know, where is all the money going? The money is going to buy votes because it's the voting that counts, not the money. Now, the money does count in certain places. You know, when Jesse James was robbing banks, they asked him, why do you rob a bank? And he said, because that's where the money is. Now, you know, obviously the money is important, but what money buys is votes. And the 99%ers are the ones who really ought to be in trouble, not the 1%ers. The 1%ers, nothing. We could take those guys down in an hour. But the 99%ers, boy, that's us. We don't do enough. We don't do enough. If we ever get together and all sit at the same table, it's going to be very dangerous. We're going to figure out a lot of stuff. All right, anyway, I wanted to show you some other buildings. Look at that, see? That's not a Trump building. See that design on those things? They're it's a strange city because it has all these different beautiful architectures, and the people who put them up and finance them are not Trump. So don't get so Trump crazy. You know, I mean, there's a guy who built and bought Eastern Airlines, I think, the division that owned the helicopters that went to Atlantic City. And then they used to leave from the MetLife building, which was called Pan Am at one time, with Pan Am Airlines. And they took that flight from Pan Am building or the MetLife building to Atlantic City to the Trump Hotel, but that thing failed. So see, everything he touches does not turn to gold. Some things turn to doo-doo. So don't be so envious of a guy who has a lot of money and power. Just remember, we're the 99%ers. We are the world. How about that? I think it's been used before. It's a Reynolds rap.